Hello, everybody.
Hello, Mr. Mayor.
Welcome to the Charter Review Board. Today is Tuesday, July the 15th, 2014, at 5:35 p.m. For first item on the agenda, Pledge of Allegiance. Please raise and raise the flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Roll call, Mayor Eduardo Mujina,
Present.
Vice Mayor Juan Blanes,
Present.
Commissioner Candida Blanca,
Yes.
Commissioner Luciano Suarez.
Yes.
Commissioner Rhonda Rodriguez.
Present.
Member Ralph De La Rosa.
Present.
Member Maria Diaz is, we don't know yet if she's come to, she's excused.
Yes, I'll give you the details in a minute. I'll forward them all.
Member Neida Galvez is absent. Member Fran Hernandez.
Present.
Ralph Oreo.
Present.
John Parker.
Present.
Evelyn Paz.
Present.
Irene Rodriguez.
Present.
Alex Soto is excused this evening. Mitch Surya Rain. Has anybody heard about Mitch? No?
I'm checking.
Okay. Yolanda Aguilar, City Manager.
Present.
City Attorney Jose Villalobos.
Present.
City Clerk Anneli Gonzalez, present.
Okay. Next
I
item.
have an assistant.
Next item.
Next item is the citizen presentations. No presentations. Item 4 is the approval of minutes of July 9, 2014 meeting.
Any comments on the minutes?
I was reading the minutes, I didn't find any discrepancies, so I make a motion to approve.
I second.
Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes.
Item 5 is under unfinished business. 5H, follow-up report and recommendation by the city attorney, by the office of the city attorney regarding the language under Article 8, transition schedule. That's unfinished business.
7 years ago.
No.
Yes, the city is 70 years old.
Listen, first of item in the agenda is if you go to the sample charter questions and issues reviewed by Charter Review Committee, in parentheses, as approved by CRB on 7/2/2014, that ought to be amended to read July 9th, 2014. That was a typo.
Where? The title.
Right on top.
On the title of the proposed amendment.
Right on the set, in parentheses, right on top.
Hang on, it's got somewhere.
As approved on,
What is this?
7/9/2014.
Okay.
Is this,
I'm not gonna worry about it.
okay, here.
this one?
Are they giving them out?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was today.
Here.
Anel, ¿tú querías uno?
Mayor,
No, I have it here.
yeah, we're done. No, no, it's just one.
Sí, pero yo la cogí de ahí.
Okay.
I have in my hands the, everybody corrected that?
Yes.
Okay, I have in my hands the document that the city clerk was keeping on the last meeting that we had on 7th,
July 9th.
on 7/9th. And it goes by, you approved item number 1, you deleted item number 2, then the 3 become item number 2, which is Article 3, Section 3.02, qualification and ground for forfeiture. According to my records provided by the clerk, you all approve that. Article, charter question number 3, Article 3, Section 3.07, referendum by petition. According to the city clerk, you all approve that. Next item, charter question number 4, Article 3, 3.08, mayor and vice mayor. Pursuant to the clerk's notes, you all approve that. Next item, charter review, number 5, child section 60.04, recall pursuant to the notes of the city clerk. You already approved that. Excuse me a minute. Excuse me, I had to take, I'm sorry. Hello? See? Fine, fine.
Nothing anybody ever calls me. 50 lashes for razor. 50
Fine.
lashes.
Oh, yeah, let me call you in about 10 minutes because I'm in a charter review
No, I
issue.
heal
Okay?
quickly.
Okay, well, I'll call you. Bye-bye. Then the issue that we have at hand is the very much discussed Article 8, transition schedule. You have to recall, you have to remember that in the charter, amendments pursuant to statute and dictates of the election commission, elections department, you cannot put more than 75 words on it, okay, in each question. So I have in here, and I'll repeat why I'm recommending, of course you can do whatever you want, shall section 801, 805, 806, 808, and 807 and 808, referring to provision of chapters, special acts, and provision adopted in 1949, as well as first election of the commissioners and mayor and provision adopted in 1978, 1980, in conflict with the rest of the charter and provisions of the proposed amendments be repealed and substituted with the following language. I'm suggesting that you substitute 801, 805, 806, 807, and 808 with this simple language. All prior charter provision inconsistent with the present charter and amendments approved on November 4, 2014 election shall be repealed. That's my suggestion.
All prior chapter provision consistent with the present chapter and amendment.
Any question or
approved
suggestion?
November 4, be repealed.
You want me to tell you again why I'm suggesting all of this?
Yes, please.
Okay. Let's go out to the charter as it exists right now. Article 8, transition schedule. All provision in Chapter 26-301, Special Acts 1949 as amended by laws of the state of Florida, the former charter as amended by special law or otherwise which are not embraced herein, which are not inconsistent with this charter shall become ordinances. That is, I think you cannot become, have this type of language because you don't know what happened before. During the past couple of weeks, the manager, the clerk, and myself have gone out to very dusty files, and we have been able to come out with 2 books. One was dated 1980, right? And the other one was dated
74.
Okay, but nothing prior to that. So I cannot recommend for you to adopt something which you have not seen. We don't know what happened in 1972 and before 1972. We don't know that that was repealed. We don't know that those records were destroyed pursuant to statute. You cannot simply take all records and do away with them or destroy them without some sort of parameter set forth by the state of Florida. So in order to assure that there's nothing hidden out there that we don't know, I suggest that anything inconsistent with the present charter and its amendments now be repealed.
I have a question.
Sure?
So the present charter will stay in these
Yes, sir.
areas about the date of the elections, the second Tuesday of April, and all these things will stay.
We'll go to that,
Like
yes.
they are now.
Yes, sir.
Okay. That's what I want,
Okay.
I don't want to get confused about that.
Now, 8.02, ordinance preserves. All ordinance in effect upon the adoption of this charter, to the extent not inconsistent with it, shall remain in full force and effect. And that makes very much sense, okay? Now, all ordinances that are not consistent with this charter cannot prevail, because an ordinance cannot prevail over a charter. That makes sense. So I suggest that 8.02 remain as it is. Any questions?
Well, I have a question. We are still in number 6.
Sorry?
No. Yes,
In the
Charter
in the
8.
charter- in the
I
charter-
want
number
I
six
want to
on
be
the-
careful,
Six on the summary
because
question.
the Article 8, when you got the schedule of elections,
No. We're not there yet.
We're not there yet.
so we are in the previous paragraph.
No, sir. We're 8.02 of the present charter.
Yeah, which is item number 6.
Which
You-
is item
yeah,
number
you're
6.
correct.
Correct.
I have a
Under Article 8.
quick question. Since we're going in order, obviously 801, 802.
Yes, sir.
Could we make a decision on 801 so that don't get lost in whether it be translation or
I
whatever
would,
we're talking about
I
down the
would
road?
strongly suggest that you do, sir.
Okay,
Yes.
yeah, let's do that then. I think he makes perfect sense in saying what he says, and it makes sense to me at least, that if there's something that we don't know what it is, that could surface later, and you know what, it doesn't benefit us, it doesn't help us, as a matter of fact, it might hurt us, and all of a sudden it's an ordinance, I make a motion to take out 8.01.
Second.
Replace.
Not
Or
only
replace.
that, there's.
I'm sorry, not to take out, to repeal.
There are
That
gaps.
8.01 stay there,
Repeal,
be
but-
repealed by the language that the city attorney has recommended
Yeah, but
on all prior charter provisions. Wait, can we do that? Or can we
Yeah, we-
include
Wait, I think-
8.01?
hey, hold on. We still have a question. So before we make a motion,
No, my
Commissioner,
question is that I don't want to get, to delete or repeal the paragraph that state that the election should be held the 2nd April.
Yeah, but we're not talking about that yet.
We're not talking
I want to be
about,
clear, that would be a state.
That's
We're
a
not there
different
yet.
section of
That's
the
I
right.
want to be sure.
We
This confusion.
will get there.
we're not there yet, sir.
Okay.
So
We're not
basically,
there
it would be
yet.
that 8.01 stays on the question.
Oh.
Is that the proper way to phrase it, I guess?
No. The proper way for you is the way that you phrased it. You approve that 801 should be repealed.
Yes.
Yes.
And replaced.
Motion, and
motion.
second by John Carter. You haven't voted yet.
okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, motion passes. Is the attorney, you gonna go to item 7 now?
No. Item 80.2.
Oh,
It's
okay,
going through the charter.
okay. never
Section
mind.
8.02 is the.
Oh, the
one that-
charter.
Of the charter.
Alright.
Is the one that the city attorney is recommending that no change
Right.
be made.
Without an objection.
Correct.
All right.
All ordinance in effect upon the adoption of this charter, to the extent that is not inconsistent, it shall remain in force until repealed or changed by provision as provided herein. I suggest that do not be touched,
I agree. Unless someone else disagrees, we should move on. I agree.
But it's not in
No, we
question.
don't- we
so
don't need to make a
we
motion.
No, but I suggest that you do. I suggest that you do. We're not gonna put it anywhere, but
Okay, motion to preserve it as is.
Good.
8.02.
Okay.
Second.
We have never made a motion
Yeah,
for
we don't need,
anything that we
we
preserve.
don't need motions
Since
to.
this is
Why
the
we-
time-
I think the attorney just wants it on the
Says we should.
record.
We
If
gotta-
you
Yeah, I guess-
Let me-
that
Yes,
8.02
yeah.
abstain.
Mr. Attorney, clarification. We haven't made a motion in anything that we keep in the past. Shall we change it?
please do, because this
final
article,
go
this
around?
article is very confusing, and I suggest that you understand that you are approving or disapproving whatever I'm saying,
Okay, all right, fine.
okay?
So we have a motion and a
Motion and a
second.
second.
And a second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Motion
Point
passes.
8.03, rights and office for employees. Nothing in this charter, except otherwise specifically provided, shall affect or impair the rights or privilege of persons who are city officer or employees at the time of this adoption. Elected officials shall continue to hold their offices and discharge their duties until their successor is elected. I suggest that you keep it as it is.
Okay, we need a motion.
Second.
Okay,
Okay.
all in favor, say aye.
Pending matters, 804.
Motion passes, I'm sorry.
All rights, claims, actions, orders, contracts, and legal administrative proceeding involving the city shall continue except as modified pursuant to provision of this charter. I strongly suggest that you keep it.
Okay, need a
Motion
motion.
to keep.
Second.
Okay, who made the motion? Motion, second.
Okay, all in favor, say aye.
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 Now, for a reason that I shall explain later, so we don't get confused, I'm going to jump 8.05. Okay?
To be a delete.
I'm sorry?
It was going to be a delete on that one.
No, no, no.
just get-
Let me jump that one and leave that for the last,
He's
so
coming
you
back to
understand
that.
what I'm talking about, okay?
Okay.
Where are you going?
8.06. Deletion of obsolete schedule items. The council shall have the power by resolution to delete from this Article 7, which is apparently a typographical error. And again, I stress to you that by resolution, a council cannot overshadow the charter. So this 806 should be repealed. That's my recommendation.
Agreed.
Okay,
Motion.
motion. Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay.
Passes.
8.07, elected office of mayor abolished.
I object to that.
Sorry, Mayor.
Motion. Thank you for your service, Mr.
Turn
Mayor.
your phone in,
like
please.
the pause.
Hey, come on, somebody make a motion quick.
Let's keep serious, people.
Did we do this already?
Let's keep serious.
right?
No. Let's keep serious. This is too confusing. Keep talking serious.
Okay, thank you.
Okay,
Uh,
so 807.
807.
What's your
Under the
recommendation?
prior charter shall terminate April 14, 1980, and shall thereafter be stand abolished. We already saw that in 1980, there was a charter amendment that did away with this, okay? So this should be taken out of this charter because it's already been repealed,
So moved.
Okay, go
okay?
ahead.
You understand that?
Motion second,
Okay,
Wait. Motion by Orel, second by
me. Go ahead.
okay.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. I can sleep now.
B.
Motion passes.
B, upon passage of this charter, the terms of the two council members elected for 4 years terms in 1978 election shall continue until the regular election in 1982, at which time the successor shall be elected. Said council member shall be eligible to seek re-election. This portion referred to, we're backdating to 1978. It should go out with the same as the other charter.
These reflect the 4 years.
Let me finish. I haven't finished the whole thing, so please be patient, okay? Let's leave this for the last, like the other one, and you'll see where I'm going, okay? Okay.
So 807A is the one.
B.
No, no, but A is the one that.
Right.
We voted, yes.
Now.
B, we're past, we're skipping for now.
B, okay.
Schedule of elections. Shall the schedule of election remain to be conducted on the second Tuesday of...
Where you at?
8.08.
808.
Approval on effect.
Oh, I'm sorry, you're right. This charter shall take effect April 14th, 1980. Now, obviously, this charter is not going to take effect on 1980. It's going to take effect on the day that it passes on November 4th, 2014. Okay? So this one should be repealed.
Motion.
Okay,
Second.
motion and second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes.
8.09, effective date. All proposed amendments shall become effective upon adoption. That should be kept here, okay?
Motion to keep.
Second.
Okay, all in favor, say aye. Motion
Aye.
passes.
8.10, 10. All provisions of the city charter not in conflict with these amendments shall be in full force and effect upon the effective date of these amendments. That should stay there.
Make a motion?
Second.
Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Now let's go now to the critical one. So right now we have pending 807B, okay? And we have scheduled 8.05, which is the critical one, or the one that has issues, okay? It says, first election. At the time of its adoption, this charter shall be in effect to the extent necessary in order that the first election of the members of the city council be conducted in accordance with the provision herein. The first election shall be held on the second Tuesday of April 1980. The city council elected on the former charter shall prepare and adopt by resolution temporary regulations applicable to the first election and designated to ensure the proper conduct and prevent fraud. I think that this refers to 1980, had nothing to do with this.
So what are you going to do? You're going to put the second April 2014?
I'm going
Because
to,
we have to recognize what's a transition. We cannot ignore the transition. It's part of the
okay,
charter.
let me jump to what I have suggested, and you'll understand what I have done, okay? I put in here, section 801, 805, 806, 807, and 808, referring to provision of chapters, special acts, and provision adopted in 1949. As I'm reading from what I gave you, okay?
Yes.
As well as the first election of commissioners and mayor and provision adopted in 1978, 1980, in conflict, whatever is in conflict with now, the rest of the charter and provision of the proposed amendment be repealed and substituted with the following language. Anything that is in conflict with what we're doing today, okay, is repealed in the past and substituted with the following languages. All prior charter provision inconsistent with the present charter and amendments approved on November 4, 2014 election shall be repealed. Okay?
What do you mean?
Still, I'm looking for the date. We have to be sure
Okay.
it's black and white.
The date is November 4th, 2014.
Now, the following question is this.
Right?
Let's
Shall the scheduled election remain to be conducted on the second Tuesday of April every even number year?
It's okay for me as long as the date is stayed in black and white.
Shall the scheduled election remain to be conducted on the second Tuesday of April every even number year?
Okay? That's identified 2015. I mean 2016. 16.
And thereafter?
Even number, okay, and thereafter, okay. But then in this way, Pepe, in this way, I feel happy that we don't that we keep the way the things has been done. I don't want to have a lapse that then somebody come and says, well, you have a limbo area here. Okay, I agree with that.
Okay, let me read it again.
As long as it's that way, I think we should, have that parameter.
Amendments approved for November 4 election shall be reviewed.
Mr. Attorney, so what do we have to do? Vote on the language? On the proposed language? Is that?
Let me wait for a second, if you don't mind.
No, not at all. Okay.
Give me 1 second.
No se preocupe.
Mr. Q was the one that has the information.
He provided
Thank
glasses.
you.
You're welcome, my pleasure.
Yeah, that's right.
Glasses.
Okay, let's take a 2-minute break.
2-minute break.
7 minutes, 7-yard stretch, something,
Seventh
something
inning
stretch.
stretch.
Thank you, I knew it was there somewhere.
And we had to sing Take Me Out to the Ball Game.
Yes.
Take me out to the bar, Jackson, take me out to the fair. I don't care.
No, buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I never come back. So it's root for the home team. They don't win, it's a shame.
One, two, three, stretch your
out
out
of
the
the
old
old
ball
ball
game.
Yay! To the wave.
Yeah, what's
I missed out. We took a 7-minute stretch.
We did a seventh inning
Do it
stretch.
again.
Okay, you're having too much fun, so we're back.
But we won't break, we won't break.
Yeah, the seventh
Yeah,
was
you
a
gave us a
fun.
break.
Give us a break.
Didn't tell us how long.
Okay, serious face.
Okay, you have that in writing,
We
right?
gotta be serious.
You have that in writing.
In front of
That's what
you.
I-
Number 7.
I want to be in writing. That's-
Shall the schedule of election remain to be conducted on the second Tuesday of April every even number year?
And thereafter, okay, perfect.
Okay? 2, 4, 6, 8.
Okay, that's what I want to give the order of the city.
Okay.
Okay,
Now, do you approve that?
Make a motion.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Okay.
all right, we have a motion and a
Okay,
second.
this is a motion approving, amendment.
Question
number-
7.
Question
I have a question first. Madam Manager, you had some serious concerns about changing this wording. Is
But this is fine, this is fine.
Because you brought up some
Right.
very good points.
Right, we
So-
didn't want to lose the continuity.
This
Yes.
and that- and
satisfies
You
along
should
the lines
respect-
that
This
the
satisfies
commissioner.
your concerns.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Should
perfect.
respect the parameters that
Perfect.
our founders did.
Perfect.
That's my
Okay.
question.
See, but with the amendment number 6 was not voted on.
You're correct.
So
Well,
we
this-
first,
Well,
Because there are parts we were
okay,
going back to.
we have a motion and a second, and then we'll go back.
Right,
to
right.
the motion, I apologize, but. who
Uh,
made the
I
motion?
make a motion.
Candy made a motion.
I second.
Mrs. Paz,
Mrs.
no,
Paz
Mrs. Paz
second.
second.
Mr.
Okay,
Mayor, if I
all
may?
in- No, no, not yet. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Yes.
Mr. Mayor, I believe that you had agreed to vote on these separate sections individually by motion. On the transition schedule.
Yeah, we gotta go back to that
That's
because we
why.
didn't vote on that.
Right,
Right.
take each one separately,
Right.
each section separately.
805.
805 would be the next one, but Mr. Villalobos
Yeah.
recommended
Okay.
that he be allowed to.
He's coming back to them.
Okay.
805, amendment 6, maybe, interior of the.
He's coming back. He's
Right.
coming back to them.
Right.
But not Article 7, the schedule of, not Amendment 7.
Okay.
We have to go back to item 805, section 805.
Now, we already approved everything except the 807B,
Right, it's the only one pending.
okay?
You're right.
What about
And
805?
805.
805.
Didn't we just do 805? Wasn't that just?
We already approved.
They-
With
Well, I
a
guess that
warning.
one pretty much replaces all of 805,
No.
right? The what we just approved.
We
With
didn't
the
do
wording.
805, we just voted
the
on
wording.
this
You
one.
voted on Amendment 7, which is Article 8, the schedule of
Okay,
elections.
so-
But you
Yeah.
haven't
Good.
voted yet on Amendment 6,
Mhm.
which has 801, 805.
Okay, okay.
6,
Okay, got
807,
it.
and 808.
Yes, okay.
6 was repealed.
No, see, we could do that.
Okay.
Why don't you, because I get lost, would you hold that thought a minute, please? Okay, don't go anywhere.
Hold that thought.
Okay. Let's go ahead for 807B, a minute. Upon passage of this charter, the terms of the 2-year council members elected for 4 years in 1978 election shall continue until the regular election in 1982. I think that it should be deleted,
I agree.
okay?
Motion, okay, I have a motion.
Second.
A second.
Now, I'll go back to your question.
All in favor?
Hey, wait, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Okay, schedule, okay? The suggested language
Now,
That
let me ask, do we have in the charter, in any other part of the charter, state that the council members will be elected for 4 years?
Yes. Way in the beginning.
What we deleting here, 78 to 80. 78 to 82 is 4 years.
We discussed,
Now, that, I don't want to delete this. If we are not sure that this in the charter is stay in black and white, that the commissioner's term is 4 years.
Commissioner, section, Article 3.03 talks about elections, separate groups, offices, and terms.
Is there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, perfect. I just want to be black and white everything. Okay, perfect.
Yes.
okay.
Go ahead, go ahead.
Are we on the same page?
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay. Then let's go out to section 8.05. My suggested language reads as follows. Section 8.1, 8.5, and the rest, referring to provision, chapter, etc., be repealed. So what I'm suggesting is that the whole section 5 be repealed, unless you have some sort of question or suggestion.
Well, are you saying to be repealed and substituted with the new language? Is that what you're saying?
Correct.
Okay.
Which falls under the language of all prior charter provisions inconsistent with the present charter, and amendments approved on November 4th, 2014 election shall be repealed, correct?
Correct.
Agreed. Motion.
Okay. We have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes.
If resolution 2014 dash blank, because I don't know which resolution that's going to be, the resolution of the mayor and city commission of the city of West Miami adopting proposed amendment by the charter review board to the charter of the city of West Miami, Florida, adopting, setting, and so on and so forth. This was the resolution that I read you last week, okay? In here, you're authorizing, not you, or you're suggesting,
Where you are, I lost you.
You don't
Oh, I'm
have
sorry.
it. It's,
Yeah.
it was last week.
I'm talking about the resolution that we talked about.
Okay, I apologize, that wasn't here.
No, it wasn't in this file. This one, right? Yes.
Okay?
Yes, you'll have to share it on the others.
You're hereby authorizing the city attorney instructed and directed to renumber,
Oh, okay, got it.
renumber, section 6.
Yeah, because we changed some of the order. Okay.
Renumber and or reletter the approved amendments to the article or sections of the charter in order to conform with the charter. What you instructed me is without change is to just go ahead and we have deleted, we have 5 items and we have deleted 2, 3, and 4. You're authorizing me to name number 5, number 2. Okay?
Yeah, we see the time.
Okay, you already did that.
Okay, yeah.
So, as I stand right now, unless I would request that you recommend to the city commission to reconsider, not reconsider, I should not say, if we find any grammatical errors or any typographical errors or anything like that before tomorrow, that you authorize me to, without changing the meaning, to transpose whatever errors I have committed. That makes sense to you?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
Who made the
granting
motion?
errors.
So,
Who made the motion? I'm lost. Oh, okay.
the next
Second.
thing that I would respectfully suggest is this. I have read to you
Can I,
all the,
can I call the vote, please?
oh, I'm sorry.
Okay. All in favor, say aye. Motion passes. Okay.
What I suggest to you, I have read the sample charter questions on issues reviewed by Charter Review Committee as approved by the Charter Review Board on 7/9/2014. I have read it to you, and you have approved line by line.
Yes.
So now that you have approved line by line, I respectfully suggest that you approved it in total.
Okay, we need a motion for that?
Motion.
Second.
Okay. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Council.
Thank you very
We
much.
made it to the ninth inning.
Wait, we got a, some housekeeping thing, because we talked about, we talked about all this in unfinished business, and we never went through the order here, so I just wanna read it and go through it.
Okay.
So in other words, we took this whole thing, which actually was on
It's
new
called
item C.
The order of the agenda.
So let's go back to the order of the agenda. New
Okay.
business,
Opening remarks by the mayor.
thank you. Finally, we're here.
Okay.
I thank you all for coming, and this is it, right?
Yes, on item B is the schedule of next charter review board meeting.
Do we need a new, this is it, right?
This is it.
No, tomorrow at the city commission meeting, a resolution will be proposed with all the amendments, and also another resolution will be proposed disbanding the charter review board.
If I may, Mr. Mayor?
Yes.
Just for the consideration by all, tomorrow, my office will be publicly publishing the preliminary budget for the year 2014, 2015, which starts October 1st and ends September 30th of 2015. Today, the city clerk provided me with a copy of a bill that she got from the Miami-Dade County Elections Department for the actual election that they conducted in the city of West Miami last April. To give you an idea of what the cost involved was, the
Here.
bill is in the amount of $11,662.
That's
This
without,
is-
that's not,
This,
see,
this,
assuming, excuse me, assuming that we had not had a charter review board, okay? We don't exist right now.
right,
Whether or not we have a charter review board or not, the county charges us for the elections of November, what,
fourth,
4th,
right.
that amount of money. It's not
Um,
because of you, okay?
I don't know what the cost will be because our questions will be bundled in the countywide elections on November. I cannot tell you it's $11,000 or $10,000. I can tell you that this was their charge to the city for placing 2 names on the ballot for the mayoral race. I can tell you that my budget, it's a public record, has a set aside of $7,500 for chartered questions, because obviously, which is no secret, we're going to have to dip into reserves to be able to preserve the current millage rate while attending to all the needs that the city has to be able to provide service. So anything that you decide and that you propose, or that the commission decides tomorrow, obviously, let's prioritize and try to keep our priorities in order, because obviously there is a cost. Now, what I would do, and I don't know if Annette can do this and have a response by tomorrow, is submitting to the elections department a request for a quote, how much they would charge us for placing a number of questions on the ballot. Obviously, the board will make its final determination, and tomorrow the commission will be acting on that. This is critical to the budget process, because we should not fall short when we know, in fact, in budgeting, when we know, in fact, that the true costs are going to be over and above the $7,500.
Can
So we
I
also have to
ask a
put it
quick
in the
question? Wait,
newspaper?
Can I?
Yes, there are legal ads involved, and I can tell you that Rita was in training today. I was gonna get the cost for the Miami Herald, but I can tell you that in legal ads, you're talking about publishing, charter changes questions, you're looking at $4,000 or $5,000.
But
Right.
Yolanda, everybody here knows they have a cost.
Okay, my duty is
No,
to
but everybody
disclose
knows
it.
that, right?
Right,
That to
Right.
take this to the ballot would cost.
Right.
right.
And depends the size of the questions, will cost more or less.
But we didn't have the bill that we have today, and we
We
were
have to get a
shocked when we
proposal
got
from
this
the
today.
election department, Yolanda, that's natural.
But let me ask you, haven't we paid like in the past for elections, like $20,000.
That is the cost of the elections, that's,
Remember that this election was only one race. That's why the ballot was as simple
A
as
small
Right,
one.
it
right.
can get.
so it's a lot of money for just one item on the election. Now, this may well be a bill for an independent election, and maybe if they bundle us with all the other election questions that are gonna have to deal with county races and amendments, county amendments and other races at other levels, maybe the cost will be less.
That was gonna be my
So-
question, by the way.
So,
Because I'm reading the itemized item
Right.
here,
Yeah,
and
because
we
Right.
share some expenses.
Once they put in the big ballot, it will be small.
Yeah, the intention
Correct.
is to piggyback from the
however,
general
we
election.
must, at least it's my job to let everybody know that we will incur costs. There are legal costs associated with publishing the twice the legal ads that are required, and there's a cost for placing these questions on the ballot.
And I think it's important that you brought it up. I mean, we've all known it, like.
Right.
like-
Everybody knows it has a cost in the
But it's
beginning.
nice to see what an actual
The
cost
actual
is.
And it-
numbers.
I
That's
felt,
important.
and we discussed it with the city attorney, and Annette and I talked about it today. Any little thing that the city does that it seems
Costs money.
Right.
But we have to,
insignificant is very significant.
Yolanda, we
as
don't
well.
have an answer now. She have to call tomorrow election department and
I-
ask.
No, you
I
see, you
understand.
The general election, how
I
much will be,
understand.
that's it.
let me put it this way, you have no choice.
That's it.
Correct.
Everybody knew here, that's the cost.
Now, I read so much during the day, and I have read so much doing the same thing, that sometimes you read, and you go over the same sentence once and twice and three times, and you don't grasp what you have. And for some reason, I have in my mind that there's some duplication here, okay? So the request that I made before, that you authorized, you're going to suggest the commission to authorize me to change or not change, but to amend anything that is not correct, grammatically correct or something. If I found some duplication, I like to do it also. I mean, I'll go with the fine-tooth comb again with Neri, and but I just wanted to bring it to your attention, okay?
Perfect, try to simplify this, okay?
Now, this is, again, congratulations. You have put a lot of time in that,
Thank you very much.
and I certainly hope that you have been happy with my performance.
Yes, you're wonderful, Pepe. Let me take a picture. Let me take a picture of you. So we have to do something. Because, you see, we have to do something special.
Facebook.
Okay.
See some footage,
Mayor,
look at
would
that.
you move together, they get that done?
Mr. Mayor, you're in the way.
Just joking.
Now, let me do this,
I
let me
have
do
a
this.
question, and Ari's gonna let us know the cost just as a point of reference, because
First
we're
thing-
done.
first
So
thing
she's
I
gonna let
have
us
to-
know.
First
Just
thing
for
that has
an
to be
FYI?
done, the first thing in order is to send a letter now advising and requesting to the supervisor of elections that we are intending to get into elections in the November ballot and send them the questions, how many questions, and basically a sample of the questions we have. Then she has to authorize us, and then tomorrow we'll adopt the resolution. We have to send it. That's the process, and then they'll start working on a budget. So probably by tomorrow, we're not gonna have a
course
budget
not.
unless, because they have to see how many questions we
Of course,
have.
they have
You
to
know,
see the
depends
letter.
on the size of the ballot.
Let me say this,
Anyone want a copy?
Hello, Luciano.
Hello, you wanna, Annette, would you move, Mr., move a little bit to the front, please.
Cheese,
Hello?
please.
I don't see you.
You see who?
Cheese, please.
This is proof that we did it.
Yep.
Let me-
History in the making.
It's for today, Pepe.
Take your time.
All right.
You need to
Thank you.
Mitchell in, because he's not
And
here.
Alex. And Maria.
You need to
And
Photoshop
Maria.
Maria, Mitchell, and
So,
Alex.
What I was
Photoshop
trying to
you
say,
mean?
if I may, is obviously
the work-
something we
working
need to
table.
follow from a financial perspective, that,
Right.
you know.
I think this should be on the website, our picture.
I think the mayor wants to speak and say something. Can you please pay attention?
Would you finish the meeting, so?
Yeah, go to the order, I'm gonna say something. Well, thank you very much. I know, in some cases, there's a lot of sacrifice to come over here and to meet the time. I know it is for me. You know, it's another meeting, another session, and so on, and I really appreciate the fact that some of us are taking time away from the family and participating in something that is so important for the city of West Miami. So, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for participating in this board and to keep working together for a better West Miami, right?
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to say something. I was on a charter review many, many years ago, and I've been on other committees, and I have to say that this team gelled. We worked really, really good together.
Because we are the best.
Yes.
No, I just, as a whole, we
This is-
we worked, you know, it was a good feeling every meeting. We worked well together. We asked questions. We, you know, we just gelled really good together.
Well done.
We had a
This
good,
was,
No conflicting
a good
personality.
mojo, I know. Yeah, very good, very good. Very productive, very productive.
this has been my third charter review board, and I agree with you.
Absolutely.
Smart questions, smart people, except you, that ain't too loud.
Mr. Attorney, go ahead.
Well, we have to give credit to the,
Go ahead.
to the,
Absolutely.
to the
District
district
attorney.
Oh,
attorney.
okay,
To the
okay. Motion,
attorney.
motion to adjourn. All in favor, say aye. Meeting's adjourned. You can stop the tape now. Thank you.